I'm going to talk real quick about customer support. And obviously, it applies to any company, but we're going to talk specifically about video games just so I can make my point. There's a good chance that when you contact customer support for a company, that those people do not work for the company. There are a large number of companies that outsource customer support. That could mean telephone, it could mean email, it could mean live chat, and it could mean support in a forum. So what happens is you've got this independent company, they're doing customer support. Let's say they're doing it for wargaming. They're not employees of wargaming, and they consider wargaming to be their client. The money comes from wargaming to the customer support service. You as a player, they really could care less about you. Because if you stop playing the game, you stop giving money to the game, doesn't affect customer support whatsoever. You understand what I mean? They could care less about your problems or your solutions. And you might hear them say, for example, I've contacted Wargaming customer support, and they say, oh, we have nothing to do with the forums. We can't help you with anything in the forums. And I've heard this, over the years. And maybe it's because the forum support is done by another company that also doesn't care about you, who considers Wargaming to be their client, who receives money from Wargaming, and they will please Wargaming, but who cares about you? You're just a nobody. You don't generate revenue for them. And I'm not saying that this is what Wargaming is doing, but I'm saying that this is something that is commonly done among a lot of companies. So what ends up happening is you cannot, if you have a bad employee, you can't fire them because the support company, they're not going to fire one of their employees. I mean, they're never going to tell Wargaming, oh yeah, we got a bad employee over here who's screwing everything up. That sort of thing's not going to go on. And you, they're not going to be honest. They're not going to tell the truth to Wargaming. They can lie all they want. I worked at a lot of big internet companies, some of the biggest internet companies. In fact, some of them were the top 10 at the time, and they were lying all the time to clients. I had to sit with clients while my manager would lie to them about why something didn't work or why they paid for something and they didn't get it. And I didn't want to have to sit through that. So what was the other point I wanted to make? Well, I guess that's the majority of the point. And when you deal with these people, there's a chance, like I said, that they are not employees. So I was going to say, go in the forum and post a suggestion and say, why don't you make an international customer support that is Wargaming employees, just a few employees, and say, if you got a complaint against somebody or something like billing that isn't resolved by the other group, have it go to the international customer support staff. Or if you want to send a message directly to an employee or report a community contributor, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. Or if you want to complain about customer support, you should have, because if you complain about customer support to customer support, basically what they do is they just block you, and that's it. And they don't help you. And the same with the forums. I mean, you could have a special forum international where you just put bug reports as an example because you want to get the bug reports and you just do the feedback and you just get the feedback about customer support and you do the patch notes, things that are just very universal where the players don't debate or discuss it, where you just report something. They could make an international forum, just a suggestion. So I had an office. I used to do my own customer support, and I did it on the phone. I'm talking about more than 10 years ago. And I wanted to know what my customers thought of my company. So I put my phone number on the top of every web page. And I remember the first time I got a phone call, it was my cell phone number. And I was driving my car, and somebody calls on the phone. And they asked me a question. I was like, why is this person calling me? And then I had remembered I put the phone number on my webpage, and I'm talking to the customer. And by doing that, I learned how to fix every problem with my company because I personally took each call. and they would say, I got a question about shipping. And then I would go on the website and make sure that that was a prominent link. It was on the bottom of the page that says shipping, and it had all the different companies and all the shipping rates. And then they would ask a question, I got a problem with this company. I didn't get a book or something like that. And I said, okay, I'm going to make a directory with every company we do business with, put all their phone numbers for all their customer support. And what happened was all the questions about my company stopped. They stopped asking questions about my website because I was fixing everything. I was putting all the information about the shipping, um, what to do if they didn't get their product or something. And they started asking me just weird questions. Like a lot of it was, how do I find this? And another example would be they would ask me questions that were definitely related to somebody else. And I realized, I fixed everything that people complained about simply by answering the phone. And I did that for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years before I started hiring my own customer service staff. I had 5 people on my staff that did telephone support. And I was one of the only companies on the internet where my customer support phone number was at the top of every web page. And I told my staff, I had to train them. I said, when you answer the phone and the customer yells at you, you say, I'm going to help you with that. And if you can't fix the problem, you come get me and I will fix it. And we fixed everything. Okay, so those are my comments regarding customer support. If you have any questions or comments, and we know you do, please post below.